So I'm going to make a few of these little help videos so that if you're struggling with any of the concepts we're doing skill-wise, right? Like, so we have skills that we need in order to apply to our projects, that you can get some help on these. I'm happy to help anybody anytime if you want some one-on-one, but sometimes it's just nice to see a few example problems, right? So I've written a few numbers down here. I've got, I didn't bother to look this one up. I looked the other ones up, but this is about I put dollars there. It's about the population of the United States. This is the national debt as of Thursday, August 18th, I think, 19th, August 19th, I think. The national debt was here. As it got to here, it was changing so fast you couldn't even write it down, which is depressing. Then you've got the how much of the mass of a flea, right? A flea is 0.000108 grams, right? So fleas don't weigh very much. Then I just made up a couple numbers. So these last two are in improper scientific notation. We're just going to practice putting things into scientific notation for this video. So for scientific notation, I need the number to be between 1 and 10. So I'm going to move my decimal point clear over here and have a 3.3. Let's swap colors. 3.3 should be the coefficient part, right? For vocabulary, the front part here is our coefficient, and then we have our power part, right? So then our power is times 10 to how many places you had to move the decimal point. So decimal point started off here because there wasn't a decimal point. I know that my decimal point's right there. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3.3 times 10 to the 8th people would be that in scientific notation, right? Same idea with our national debt. I'm going to move my decimal point till it's between the 2 and the 6. So it is 3, 6, 9, 12. I need to go one more. So 2.6 times 10 to the 12th. I have made a little, I was rounding, but I rounded lazy, right? Did you see that? I just wrote the 2.6 and I didn't bother to look after that. I either need to keep some more digits or I need to round this 6 up to a 7. So I'm going to go ahead and keep one extra digit. But if I keep this extra 6 here, that needs to turn into a 7 because this is a 6 after it, right? 5 and above go up, 4 and below go down or stay below. I don't know what elementary teachers have like some phrase about that, right? So whenever you learned around, I don't know, hopefully already. Right, so then there's those first two. This next one, now I've got a small number here, so I know I'm going to have a negative power of 10. I'm going to go between the 1 and the 8, so 1.08 grams. And now in order to do this, I had to move the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'll be 1.08 times 10 to the negative 4th grams. I actually prefer the E notation, where that just says to the exponent of negative 4. So that's the times and the 10 all together there. So if you see E notation, that works fine too. A lot of your calculators will show it that way. If you have a calculator, which I recommend you get your own. We've got calculators here that you can borrow over in Mr. Azari's room, but I don't actually love these calculators. I prefer a TI-31 series and a lot of others. But anyway, it works fine. So then we've got a couple that are in kind of a mixed notation. So here, it looks like scientific notation, but 150 is definitely not it's not between 1 and 10. So I'm going to move my decimal point over twice here. So I'll make that 1.50. But I made this 2 powers of 10 smaller, so this needs to be 2 powers of 10 bigger. So 1.5 times 10 to the 6th. These two are the same value. This is just improper scientific notation. As you move into your projects, you might want some things in improper scientific notation. That's okay if you need it for that purpose, but we just don't call it scientific notation then, right? Then we look at a small example that is 0.00217 times 10 to the 6th. So I'm going to make this 1, 2, 3 powers of 10 bigger, 2.17. So that means I need to make this 3 powers of 10 smaller, so times 10 to the 3rd. Right? Hopefully that is helpful if you were struggling with your scientific notation stuff. I'm trying to make these real quick. So if you need, if I'm going too fast and you want to try them on your own, feel free to always pause them or whatever. But I plan on making quite a few of these so that they're hopefully helpful.